Welcome back, everybody. We are now going to cover the volume of spheres and the volume of compound shapes. So first things first, a sphere is a round solid figure with every point on its surface being equidistant to its center. Right, so we know that a circle has a center and every point on the edge of the circle is equidistant to the center, that length being the radius. A sphere is a three-dimensional circle. So notice that horizontal oval when I draw it. So if I kind of go slow motion here to help you see how this is drawn. Right, so you've got your circle, right, and then you would draw in a horizontal oval to connect it, and you just throw that dot right in there. And so when you look at a sphere from the center, all right, think of it as like the core, right, the core of the Earth. That would be like the center of our planet. The distance from that center is the radius, and that distance to anywhere you want to travel within that sphere, that dotted distance would be the same length, as long as you're traveling all the way out to the surface or to the edge. And just like a circle, all we need to be able to find any information on this is the radius. So for volume of a sphere, the formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. Easiest way to do this probably, as far as using your calculator, is once you know the radius, just cube that. So you can so there is a way to do that on your calculator. You guys, let's say the radius was 5. It would be 5, and then you're looking for the caret button. It's that. That's what it looks like right there. Okay. So the caret button is what will raise your 5 to the 3rd power. So it'd be 5 caret button 3. Or you could always just do 5 times 5 times 5. Same idea. All right. So let's do a quick example. Right here we have this sphere that has a radius of 6 inches. So our volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So 6 to the 3rd power, again, just using that caret button, is 216. So I have 4/3 times pi times 216. Now the order I'm going to do this in is I'm going to do 216 times pi. Then whatever I get there, I'm going to multiply by 4. And that amount I'm going to divide by 3. So let's do 216 times 3.14. That gives us 678.24. So we have 4/3 times 678.24. So now I'm going to multiply that by 4, times it by 4. That gets me 2,712.96. I'm going to take that amount and divide it by 3. So my volume of my sphere is 904.32 inches cubed. So again, the order that I would do this when I'm calculating this out is cube your radius, then multiply that amount times pi. Whatever you get from there, multiply it by 4, then take that amount and divide it by 3. So don't worry about multiplying by 4/3. It's a much better process to just multiply by 4, then divide by 3. It's the same thing. All right? Now what if we had something like this, right? It's a dome, right? Or another way to think of a dome is half a sphere. So whatever we get for the volume, all we have to do is divide it by 2. So volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So our radius is 4, so I'm going to do 4 to the 3rd power. That's 64. So 4/3 pi times 64. 64 times 3.14 is 200.96. So 4/3 times 200.96. I'm going to times that by 4. I get 803.84. Divide that by 3. I get 267.9. So I get 267.9, but remember, that's the volume if this was the entire sphere. So we have to take that amount and just divide it by 2. And we get 133.97 feet cubed. So again, you really just have to determine, do I have an entire sphere or is it half a sphere? That's all you got to worry about. Okay. That is the end for this video for volume of spheres. Check out the next video for volume of compound shapes.